In Lesson 4.1, we're going to work with divisibility and mental math. So we need to go over what the divisibility rules are. A whole number is divisible by 2 if the number ends in a 2, 4, 6, or an 8, or 0. These are even numbers. So any number that is even is going to be divisible by 2. If the sum of the number's digits is divisible by 3, then the number itself is divisible by 3. If the number ends in a 0 or 5, it's divisible by 5. And if the sum of the digits is divisible by 9, then 9 goes in evenly. Divisible means that the number goes in evenly. And any number that ends in a 0 is divisible by 10. 10 goes in evenly. So let's try applying some of these rules. Okay. So one whole number is blank by a second whole number if the remainder is what? Okay, so one whole number is divisible by a second whole number if the remainder is 0. So when you divide the two numbers, you don't get a remainder. That means it goes in evenly or it's divisible. So an even number is any number that ends in 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. And 2 goes into every single even number. An odd number is any number that ends in 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9. Those are your odd numbers. So the first way we're going to look at it is using mental math for divisibility. Is 46 divisible by 3? So let's think about what 3 does multiply that's close to 46. 3 times 15 is 45, and 3 times 16 is 48, so 46 is not divisible by 3. But let's use the rule that we just talked about above. 46, so I'll take the sum of the numbers, which means add them up, and I get 10. Is 10 divisible by 3? No. So that means 46 is not divisible by 3. Is 63 divisible by 7? Well, 7 times 9 is 63, so 63 is divisible by 7. It goes in evenly. Now you try the quick check. Is 64 divisible by 6? And is 93 divisible by 3? By 3, you can use the rule to see if it's divisible. And for 64, is it divisible by 6? You're going to have to divide it out and see if it goes in evenly. If it goes in evenly and you get a remainder of 0, then yes. If you get any other remainder than 0, the answer is no. Let's pause the video, try those quick checks, and when you're ready, move on to the next page. Okay, now we're going to try some big numbers. We're going to test 580 for divisibility by 2, 3, 5, and 10. We're going to check them all separately. So first we're going to try seeing if it's divisible by 2. 580 is an even number. So 580 is divisible by 2. To check for the rule of 3, you find the sum of the digits. 5 plus 8 is 13, plus 0 is 13. The sum of the digits is 13, which is not divisible by 3. So 580 is not divisible by 3. 580 ends in a 0, so 580 is divisible by 5. And 580 ends in a 0, so it is also divisible by 10. So now we're going to try a word problem. A baker sells muffins in boxes that contain exactly 9 muffins each. Can the baker place 576 muffins in boxes of 9 with none left over? So here's what they're asking. If 576 is divisible by 9, then there will be no muffins left over. Well, 9 we can check by adding up the numbers. 5 plus 7 is 12, and 12 plus 6 is 18. Is 18 divided by 9? Yes. So the sum is divisible by 9. So 576 is divisible by 9. There are no muffins left over. Okay, now let's try looking at the quick checks. In quick check number 2, you're going to test each number for divisibility by 2, 3, 5, and 10. So for each of these, you're going to do exactly what we did in example 2 and look at the rules and check each one separately. You're going to have to give 4 answers for each one. So I would say 2 and give a yes or no answer. 3, give a yes or no answer. 5, yes or no, and 10, yes or no. So you have to list 4 answers for each of these. For quick check 3, a high school marching band has 126 members. Each row in the band formation on the field has 9 musicians. Will everyone fit in the band in a 9-person row? So this is just like example 3. See if 9 goes into 126 evenly. And with 9, you can use one of the rules. So look back at the rule and try those quick checks. And we'll check your work in class.